Hey guys, my name is Pratik and this is the second video on the RDK X3 development board series. In this video, we will connect peripherals from our own computer to this mini computer so that we can interface with it and we can program it. So you have this SD card from the last video. This one has the OS burnt onto it. We are going to insert this SD card into the slot here. Okay. For the next part of this tutorial, you need a Type-C to USB cable for the power, and you need a Ethernet or LAN cable for the networking. So these are the two things that you need. So we are going to begin by powering the RDK X3. You can connect it to the USB port of your computer. Here you could see that there are two LEDs glowing. There's one green and one red. So if the green LED starts flashing or if it's off, that means your RDK X3 is booted up successfully. What this means is that it's ready to go. For example, how you start a computer, it takes a bit of starting time and then it's ready to go. So if it's flashing or if it's off, that means it's ready to go. The red LED indicates that your power supply is correct. Now, if the green LED is only it's only bright and it's not flashing, that means that is something wrong with your OS. So your OS could be corrupt, like the OS that you have burnt, or it may be unsuccessful burning. So you might have to reburn it. And now you need to connect the Ethernet cable. I'm using a Linux system, but if you're using a Windows or Mac, you can head down to the documentation of D-Robotics, and here for the remote login steps, they are shown steps for the Windows as well as for Mac. So the idea of this tutorial would be the same, that is you can apply the same ideas back to your own OS. So it would be a similar tutorial, so you can still use this. So going ahead, once you've connected everything to your computer, you need to go and check your connections tab. Now here you could see that in the wired section, there would be a connection showing. You have to go to your wired settings, and here you have to you can either change this or you can add a new connection. So I'm going to add a new connection. Here you have to go to the IPv4 tab, and it would be automatic. You have to select it to manual, and then you got to enter the addresses which I'm entering right now. This number could be anywhere from 0 to 100, so I'm going to just keep it 100, sorry, 1 to 100. And then for the mask, it's okay. Since so after all these things are added, you just have to click on add, and then you have a profile one ready. I'll keep the name as RDK X3. Okay, so this is there and it's connected to my board right now. So in order to configure it, you need to go to your open your terminal, and in your terminal you have to connect now to the board, and we are going to use the most simple protocol, that is SSH, and you have to type in root @ now this should be the IP address of your RDK X3, which is 192.1. So now it's going to ask you for a password, and in the password you have to type in root again. Yes, so now we are in the RDK X3 system, and here you can check by typing ls. You can see a bunch of files and it shows you root. That means we are in the RDK X3 development. The thing is, this terminal is the only thing that we have for interfacing, which is quite a bit annoyance because it is just the terminal you have to type. It's not like a desktop, like how this desktop is, where you can check on your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth, at a click away. So why not give this a screen like this? So let's do it. So for in order to do that, you need to first go and download the VNC Viewer. So this is a software that's going to enable you a remote desktop sort of feature. So I'm going to click Linux and I'm going to download it. I have this downloaded for me. So you just have to download it and install it on your system. Once it's installed in a healthy way, it's going to show VNC. And if you type enter, it's going to show you this. Okay. So this was my profile earlier. I'm just going to delete it for the tutorial's sake. So this will be the software that's going to be open. Before we do that, we need to enable VNC Viewer on the RDK X3. We need to tell the RDK X3 that if you want to connect through a remote logging, you need to enable it. So in order to do that, we have to type this command, which is srpi-config, and then you have to press enter. And it's going to show you a menu. In this, you have to select, here you can just check what you need to do with the RDK X3. This is a really good tool, and I'm gonna use my keyboard keys and I'm gonna go to the interface options. So here we have SSH, so we need to enable it. So here, would you like to enable, you have to just press yes. Okay, that's it's enabled. And then you have to go to the other thing, that is VNC. So you have to press enter on this, and you have to enable this as well. So it will be disabled, you have to just enable this. And then, okay, yeah, so you have to make a password. So I'm going to make a password as root. Okay, so now you're done, and that's it. You have to finish. So once you're done with this setup, now you can go start your VNC server. So I'm going to start it again. Here you have to type in the IP address of your device, that is 192.168.1.10, and it's going to ask you a password. So this password is not root, it will be sunrise. It has two passwords for two different users. So once you have entered this password, you have to press OK. And voila, we have the system on our desktop. Now you can use your keyboard and your mouse in order to interface and program the RDK X3 without needing an additional monitor or an additional mouse or an additional keyboard. This is pretty much convenient. And here you can see, for example, like if I open a terminal here, so it's more or less like a desktop inside of a desktop. Here you can also connect to the Wi-Fi. So I've already configured it, so you can connect to your Wi-Fi, and you can even configure Bluetooth and whatever you want. So this is pretty much it. This is the second tutorial so far. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.